Hello and welcome to another video on Adobe Photoshop. And today we're going to be talking about the cropping tool or this icon over here, which is basically the crop tool. So this is one of the main menu of Adobe Photoshop. And when I actually said that there is some arrows on the right bottom corner of the main tools, there are some other sub option or sub tools. So over here in the crop tool option there are some of the four options, and the first one of them is crop tool, the second one is the perspective crop tool, the third one is the slice tool, and the fourth one is the slice select tool. So we're going to be talking about all of them over here. So as you can see that when I select this icon over here, there are some options over here. So these are the panel that changes when you change the tools over here or use varieties of main tools. For example, when I use this, there is some of the option like this, and when I use this there is some of the options like this. And you can also change how much inch or size you want. For example, this is 300 ppi 4 by 6 inch. Then there is the ratio over here, which is the original ratio 1:1 square, 4:5, 5:7. So these are the ratios that you can work with when you're cropping an image. And then there are the values over here. You can also use the value for the pixel or the resolution over here. So this panel is basically for the main tools over here. So right now let's start cropping. So what does the crop tool actually do? So the crop tool basically does what it does. So it actually cuts down a photo or crops a photo or resize the photo in any way you want. So let's use the crop tool. So you basically can hold and drag like this, and you get an option like this. So these darkened paths over here, these darkened components of the picture, these are the parts that will be cut down. So if you don't want this to work out, you can simply go to the corner of the crop part, and you will see that your cursor will change its icon. So you can basically work with anything you want over here. I can basically turn this like this and make sure that I actually take only this much. I can resize the photo in any way I want like this. Yes, now I can resize this, and as you can see that I can actually use this photo right now. So when you have done the resizing of the photo or the part that you want to crop, you can simply use this icon over here, which will crop the photo like this, or you can simply crop the photo again and click on the numpad, enter. So if you have a keyboard, you will also have a numpad, and in that numpad there is an enter key. If you click on the enter key, it will simply crop the picture also. So it's easier for you to know the hotkeys on the keyboard because it will help you to work in Adobe Photoshop much more faster. So now let's move on to another sub tool, and that is the perspective crop tool. So this one is pretty interesting right now. So let's zoom in a bit like this. So for example, in this picture I literally, okay, not in this picture right now, I'm going to actually use another picture. So I'm going to click on file, open, and I'm going to use this picture over here. So right now I have this picture over here, so I want to crop it out, and I want to crop it in my own perspective. So the perspective crop tool is basically the tool which you can use to crop the picture in your own perspective. Yes, in your own perspective. Doesn't matter how it should be, you can crop it here. So when you change the icon, you will see that the cursor will be changed, and also you can change the icons over here. So when you use the icon, you will get some anchor point like this. So I'm not going to use it right now. I'm going to simply click on it like this. And as you can see that I can basically move around with like this. So I'm not going to use it right now. So we can simply click and drag it around over here like this. So now that we have created a cropping option over here, you can see that there is the darkened options over here. These darkened parts are about to be cropped. But in this perspective crop tool, you can actually stretch the sides over here like this in your own perspective. It doesn't matter how you want to do it. You can change your view like this. So I can simply make a view over here like this. Yep. Yes, like this. Let me take this one a bit down. Yeah. Okay. Now that this has been created, I can simply use this icon over here, this correction icon, and you will see that this part has been cropped. The part that we wanted has been cropped and been stretched out for the preview panel over here. So let me undo it and show you again what we can do over here. So this is the picture that we have cropped. Now we're going to move it around like this. And as you can see that when we have moved it around and clicked on this icon, a picture will be cropped out and it will be stretched out according to the window preview panel over here. So this is a very great tool to be exact. So let me undo it and move on to the other tools. So the other tool is basically known as the slice tool, and this is basically used to create a slice over here. You can slice one part of the picture over here, which will help you. So the slice tool is basically a tool which you can use to slice a part of the picture over here, as you can see. So this is the sliced part over here, for example, and I'll create another sliced portion over here. So you probably worked on CAPTCHA on Google or on your internet, right? So these are the parts of a picture that you can create a puzzle with. So for example, you can cut out or slice a part of this picture like this, and you can create a puzzle out of it. And this is the work of the slice tool over here. Then there is the slide slice select tool. So this tool is basically the tool which you can use to select one of these slice tools over here. So for example, right now I'm going to create some more sliced portions over here, as you can see like this. So right now what I can do is I can select this slice select tool, and these blue parts are basically the sliced tool that I have created. And right now I can select these tools and I can move it around like this, as you can see. I can also select it and reshape it like this. I can make it smaller, I can make it bigger, or I can also enlarge it diagonally like this. So this is the work of the crop tool, the slice tool. So you can simply use these tools to create a puzzle or upload it or export it on the internet and on your web. So this tool is basically used by the web developers. So if you learn this, you will also learn an attribute from the web developing skills, and which is a huge gain. So I think you should learn about it and explore more inside these options using different pictures, and sometimes exporting the edit and export these editing files over here. So you can export them and then make a puzzle out of it. So that's it for the crop tools, and I will talk about the other tool, which is basically the frame tool, on the next lesson.